Hopefully this will go by quickly. Okay, so basically, we watched Fruits Basket Season 2. What did you think about it,
I
McKenna?
thought it was good. I thought it was fine.
You want to know what I thought? This season sucked! And I'm going to talk about why, and McKenna's going to listen to me, and I guess not say anything.
No, I'm gonna
That's what's
say some
gonna
stuff. I've been thinking. I'm
Okay.
just like, you're just like, I'm pretty scary.
So yeah, basically, I did not like this season overall. For a little recap, I gave the first season a 7 out of 10 when we filmed that video like months ago. But this season, I did not like it. There are some problems I have with like Fruits Basket overall. These are problems I had with the first season as well. So, first, Fruits Basket is ugly. It does not look good. It is not a good looking show. Like sometimes it will look a bit pretty, but overall, the art style I don't really like it that much, and the animation is horrible. The animation sucks, and like I guess it is a slice of life, so obviously the animation isn't as important, but like you can be a slice of life show and have good animation, right?
Like K-On!
Yeah, that's the crowning example. Anything by
Hibiki
Kyoto
Euphonium.
Animation.
Yeah. We could just keep on listing the, like Kyoto Animation shows
Yeah.
if we wanted to, but yeah.
So yeah, everyone in Fruits Basket looks like a cardboard cutout. They move, they look very stiff.
They're super skinny.
Yeah, it's not helped by how they all are really skinny. Like they're all kind of, it looks like they were stretched out, right?
they're just like, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here
Exactly.
with Fruits Basket on my top 10 favorites list, so I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. The animation is bad. Next point, this is a big problem I really have with the show. Everything happens as slowly as possible. That's really what it feels like. Every episode, it's like, okay, this is the 10-minute long comedy scene where they're not doing anything. But then something will happen at the end. It'll be, oh no, an important thing will happen. And then they'll spend like 5 minutes talking about the important thing. And then the last 10 minutes will be like, okay, we're gonna do a thing. And then in the last minute, there will be like kind of a cliffhanger. Look, like, oh, something happened in the last minute. And then the outro plays. It's like, ooh. But it's like, after watching so many other better slice of life shows, just like, they really don't need to spend this much time to get to the point. Like I'm watching His and Her Circumstances right now. Each episode of that show has like the same amount of content as like 2 episodes of Fruits Basket, but then you realize, oh wait, that was just the first half of the episode, and then they get another 2 episodes of Fruits Basket into just 1 episode of His and Her Circumstances. And this is
Is
a
that
show.
the romance one?
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
show from like 1998. Yeah, so it was written before Fruits Basket. Somehow it has better animation than Fruits Basket, at least in like the first part of the show, before like the production went weird. But yeah,
Corona. No! Okay, go on.
so yeah, the show being slow, that's something I really don't like about it. And because of like how the animation is also bad, it just feels even more slowly. Because like even when like nothing is happening in a Kyoto Animation show, I can at least look at the pretty colors,
I'm just
right?
sitting here like,
And like the characters, even when something like I don't really care about is happening, the characters will be like moving around in interesting ways. Like I tried to watch Beyond the Boundary. That show was kind of boring, but it wasn't like a horrible experience because the animation is just so good in that show. And like the art is really good and the character designs are really good. But Fruits Basket, I just look at these like stretched out cardboard cutouts moving like Barbie dolls and they're all sad. And there are so many still frames in this show where it's just like a character, like it will be like a reaction image, right? Where they go, oh, right? The anime reaction noise, they make the anime reaction noise, but then they show that for like 5 more seconds than necessary, and it's like, okay, just move on to the next thing. Like, I think when we were watching Free, I said this. I was like, yeah, Free just feels really refreshing after
Yeah, I
watching
was about
Fruits
to-
Basket. But yeah,
Rinnex Haru.
I've said but yeah so many times. Okay. Like, yeah, the show is just really slow. That's just what it feels like to me. And there are other shows that aren't as slow and have better animation that just feel like stuff is happening, you know?
Are you done yet?
No, the last thing I wanted to say about stuff I have for problems of Fruits Basket overall is that the comedy usually is just not that good.
Yeah, you said like it's like it sounds like the laughing coms or like is that what they're called? Okay, like the
Oh, you mean like, I'm pretty sure what I said was like, there are a lot of moments in Fruits Basket where it's like, yes, this part right here, this is the joke, you need to laugh. Laugh right now, this is the funny joke. Get it? Because he said the thing that he always says. Isn't that funny? And then Toru reacted to it. Look at her face. Look at her reaction face. Isn't that funny? This is the part where you're supposed to laugh. So yeah.
Appa's not laughing.
And obviously there are shows that are better comedy. Like, yeah.
The tennis show you're watching right now.
Yeah, Take You. Take You is literally like the opposite of Fruits Basket. I'm not gonna explain anything else.
Free had better comedy.
Free was funnier than Fruits Basket. Let's see, what's a show that's like
Love is War. That's a
well, yeah.
romance. That's a romance. That's relevant.
good comedy shows will be kind of like, I feel like a good comedy show has to be kind of unpredictable.
Or in High School Host
Like-
Club was funny.
Yeah, or in High School Host Club is a show I don't like that much, but the comedy in that show works because of a bunch of things. But the main thing for
A
me,
bunch of
the main thing for me at least, is that they just they don't care about reality.
Tomiki's.
Yeah, things will happen in that show where it's like
Those are, like-
this could not happen in reality. This is not a thing, and because it's not a thing that could happen like in real life, I'm not expecting it. And
You
so,
know the
yeah.
youth boys are the homosexual like supporting cast scene? And he says like, so you guys can just stand over that line. There was like a comment I saw in that video where it's like, I don't know if I should be more afraid about, I don't remember the phrasing, or that he like literally just drew like a line for like a concrete like
Yeah,
floor.
Exactly. But Fruits Basket, there's really not that much in the show that's like unique,
Oh
unique
my god,
style of
Uotani
comedy.
just drop kicked Kyo again.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
each character kind of just has a gag and they do the gag.
Oh my god, Toro's living in a tent. Ha 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 ha.
Wow, Kyo got angry again.
Season 1, we actually kind of laughed at that one a lot though.
Yeah, there were some things in season 1 that I liked, like the Wave Girl. She was the funniest thing.
And then she
in
was
season 1.
barely in season 2.
Yeah, but even in season 1, they kind of just like, yeah, this funny joke, the wave powers, that's actually a serious thing now. I explained that in the Fruits Basket video. I didn't like how they made it not a joke.
And they had like, in season 2, they had like a whole episode just dedicated to like one of the random like comic relief mean girls.
We're gonna get
Okay,
to this
okay.
in a second.
You see, like, I still like season 2, but honestly, I can see what you're saying and agree with a lot of the stuff on why you don't like it. But like, I'm gonna...
But I haven't said why I don't like season 2 yet.
You haven't?
I've been talking about stuff I have problems with.
Okay,
like,
go. We need to get back
these
into
are basically things that I had problems with. These are problems I had with like season 1 mainly, and they are still problems that like persist throughout all of Fruits Basket. So I've said it's kind of ugly, stuff happens really slowly, and the comedy isn't that good. It's also kind of predictable. Just
Yeah.
the structure of
Oh
episodes.
my god, Kyo is in love with Toru?
Other than that, even
What?
it's like like they'll introduce a character, and that character is like really hateable and annoying because they're just like a mean person. And then I'm just sitting there like, when is the traumatic flashback gonna come?
Me with every anime.
I'm still waiting to learn about how their parents abused them.
That's me with every anime, to be honest.
And there are shows that do the abuse thing good, like Evangelion, my favorite anime. In Evangelion, there aren't as many characters as Fruits Basket, and they don't really go that in depth into like everyone. They don't try to give a sad anime backstory to every character. And like in Fruits Basket, it's like, how many Somas are there?
I don't know.
Like 12.
A new one gets introduced every episode.
Yeah, and then it's like every one of them is abused, and that's kind of the point of the show, but it's just like, I'm just waiting for them to play the backstory so I can understand what the character's doing, but then they just don't play the backstory. And that's kind of part of what I said about how the show is just like really slow. But then in Evangelion, not all the characters get like a whole episode dedicated to their trauma. It's mostly like the trauma or like why they are the way they are
You
is
kinda figure
introduced
out, like,
at the start.
Or like you kind of like just like figure it out yourself along
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
because of like a small
And so-
flashbacks that they might put. But yeah.
Instead of like waiting to understand what the character's trying to do, you understand that kind of from the start. The only exception to that is kind of Asuka, but like Asuka is just like a really fun character. And then in episode 20, you're like, oh dang, that's why she was
Oh
beating
my
Shinji up?
God.
Dang, bro. But back to Fruits Basket. Those are the problems I have with Fruits Basket overall. Those are things I did not like about season 1. But the thing I really liked about season 1 was that Toru just helps all these people in the most wholesome ways. Like every good episode of season 1, or most of the good episodes, have Toru at the end. She's like, oh yeah, just be like wholesome. And then the other person is like, yeah, maybe I should be wholesome. And that's good. What really redeemed season 1 for me is the themes around just being a good person, and Toru as just like a character, and how she actually like did stuff.
Because like
And-
with Toru, there's like that whole thing where like they like when Momoji like did the story of like the traveler.
Yeah.
Who just like because Toru's just like she doesn't care, like she's just thankful for what she has
Yeah.
and the people she knows.
It's like the traveler in that story, yeah, they might be like really stupid, but like that is the best person. The
Yeah.
traveler is the best person, and so is Toru.
Yes.
But then season 2 happened.
Oh god, this is the part where I'm just gonna like sit here and wait.
Yeah. Season 2 introduced a bunch of problems, a bunch of new problems, adding on to the ones that were already in season 1, that just made it like, it got it to the point where it couldn't be redeemed just by having Toru in the show. I'm just gonna list off those problems now. So, the first thing that I wrote down was that so season 1 was kind of, it was like episodic, right? It episodically introduced each of the somas, and it capped off each episode with some emotion by having Toru like kind of help that person
Wait, did
through
you
their
just talk
problems.
about season 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the structure of season 1, at least for most of it. Season 2 replaces these episodic storylines with like the characters just like doing like stuff, like random things. Like instead of episodic storylines focusing on one character at a time, we get like Yuki in the student council, and we get everyone waiting for Akito to talk to them,
Oh yeah.
and we get people still just eating food at Shigure's house. Really exciting plot developments and storylines were introduced.
I think oh, there's another wasp.
Oh, I guess I have to kill a wasp. Okay, so in season 2, instead of having like, basically there was like a character arc each episode, which had like a character introduced, and then kind of their like a problem they have was explained, and then Toru kind of helped them with that a bit. Like for example, Kisa, she literally just doesn't talk, I guess, and then
Because
Toru.
she was bullied
Yeah.
and she just
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was all explained, and then I don't really remember what happened, but by the end she was talking. She said words. And season 2.
That had a lot to do with like Yuki's development too. But like you
Okay.
don't like Yuki, so you just didn't pay attention. But like, yeah.
Yeah, so the things that replace those episodic stories in season 2 is just literally just like slice of life content, basically. Like season 1 already had the characters like doing their everyday things, right? And season 2, it is just the everyday things, and sometimes like a character is doing a weird thing. Like Horse Girl is wandering around in the woods, but like I guess that's her everyday life, so that's kind of slice of life. But yeah, there's just nothing actually like started happening, really, except like in very small chunks throughout the season that I guess we can talk about in a second. Okay, the next problem I have is, so one thing I said in the Fruits Basket season 1 video was that it didn't really feel like it was really pushing towards a goal. Like each episodic story was like fine, but not every episode really contributed to like a clear goal that was going to happen like at the end. Like the example I used was Avatar. Each episode of Avatar is building towards how they're gonna beat the Fire Lord, except for like the Great Divide, I guess, which is the worst episode. So at least those episodes in season 1 like introduced us to the characters. That was something good it contributed. But like at the end of season 1, remember in the last episode, everyone starts saying like, "Oh, I feel something coming. There's something crazy is gonna happen."
Yeah.
Just like wait until season 2 and you'll get to see what happens. So like, what actually developed in season 2? Would you like to say some things?
Girl.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that at the end. But like, what was like the actual important stuff? Can you just like say those
Wait,
things?
you want me to say the
Yeah,
positive?
I want
Are
you
you
to.
done saying the bad things?
I'm not saying you should say positive things. I'm just saying explain like the actual plot developments that happened in season 2.
Okay, so honestly, so you said you specifically don't like Yuki because he's like the prince type of character, and like he's not funny, like cause like you like Tamaki from Urban High School Host Club, but that's cause like he's like at least funny. But like the thing is like that's why I feel like you didn't really pay attention to Yuki as much as you could have. But basically, so there's like this whole thing where like he's like they showed like his past in like season 2, like they had the backstory episodes for him. You were really bored during those, so
Yeah, because it just revealed exactly what I thought it was.
yeah, but like
Like it was just the same scenes that they played in season 1, except like with dialogue.
yeah, and like honestly, like they already like told us in like season 1, like that he doesn't really know how to communicate with
Yeah,
people
that
because
was
of the
like
way
the
that he
thing
was
in the Kisa episode.
the way that he was like Akito like mentally abused him and stuff like that. And then there was already something in season 1 where because of Kisa, and he saw how like he was like, wait, if she can do this, then why can't I do it myself? And then so like in season 1, he basically was like, you know what, I am. And then he like joined the student council just specifically because he didn't want to. But like he knew that like that'd be like progress towards like actually like, I don't know, making himself happy, I guess. And I thought that was really
He
cool.
did that in season 1,
but listen,
right?
listen, yes. This is season 1. I'm doing like a recap.
Okay.
And like, but that was season 1. And then in season 2, you actually see the student council, and then like you said you were bored during these episodes because
Yeah.
it was just like, who are these people? They're adding new characters. But I honestly was like fine with it. I don't know why. I was fine. I wasn't bored during it. I thought they were funny, but you were like, it's not funny. It's not. But like just seeing like Yuki like make friends and be happy, and then like learn how like communicate and stuff, that was really cool.
Okay,
And
let
by
me
the end,
see.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done
Yeah,
yet.
just finish this.
And then like seeing like how like there was a scene where like he was talking to Toru, who like helped him a lot with this too. Like she was the one who like it's like his mom, you know. And like there's like a scene where so he's talking to her. And then, like, one of the student council members, like, goes and says, Yuki, we have to go. And, like, they take a stand and start running away. And then it's like, ooh, slow motion. And it's, like, a scene where, like, Yuki just, like, smiles at her. and Toro's just like, ooh, like this. But in that scene, Toro is wearing like the bow thingy that in season 1, like that Yuki gave to her like back in like season 1.
Okay.
And it's like he's like smiling at her because like she hadn't really, but then he's like going to like the other people that make him happy. And it's like, I don't know, it's cool. I honestly just think Yuki's like development was good. Because
Okay,
like
well,
the way that he like can't like communicate with people and like doesn't really know how to like, even though like he wants to connect with people and be more of a fun person, is relatable. Since he wanted to say this word, I can Yuki so much.
So about this Yuki,
Also, I wanted to talk about Kyo and Toro too.
Yeah,
but
you can talk about
yeah.
about this like Yuki making friends thing. I think it kind of comes down to like tolerance of how much slowness we can both like tolerate. Because when I see this Yuki making friends plot, I'm like,
It's not
that's
even
a
about him
fine
making friends though.
idea.
It's like he's like connecting. He's like
That's
learning.
what making
Because like he
friends
didn't
means.
feel like
That's-
he was like
that's what
needed. Okay,
make-
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go on.
Whatever. Okay.
I'm being
About
roasted.
this storyline, it's a fine idea. It's a good addition to like the Kisa episode and whatever else happened in season 1. But like, there are so many other shows that have this similar like, how do I make connections and friends with people and trying to work towards that, and they all do it so much faster. Like, it's Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket season 2 has 25 episodes, and the like Fooly Cooly has 6 episodes, and it does more development for every one of the characters. It has more themes. It has more just plot in general.
I've only watched it
than-
once though, so I didn't really notice the development.
It has more of all of that in just 6 episodes than Fruits Basket has done in 2 seasons, which is 50 episodes. And so I can't stand shows that just move slowly, because I know that other shows can just do it better. That shows just have done it better. Like, specifically for this making friends thing, there's I mentioned this earlier. His and Her Circumstances has the main girl. She starts off as like a loner. She tries to keep up an image of being like a model student, basically. Like, she has good grades, and she like has good behavior. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But then because of that, because she focuses too much on that, she like doesn't have any friends except like her 2 sisters, basically. And then after she like kind of realizes that she should stop caring that much, I guess, she actually starts making friends, and she gets like a whole friend group in like 2 episodes, and it's like, and it's still just as satisfying as like the long wait, the long struggle of watching Yuki and the student council members just do student council things. They're literally just sitting in the student council room like, yes, pink color. It
was way more chaotic than you're making it sound. They weren't just like pink. They were like, never mind, sorry.
What else did they do?
I wasn't saying that they were doing more stuff, I'm just saying that the way you're saying it's like you're making it seem like they were, but they were like chaotic during the color choosing part.
But like, I don't care about any of them. And I like every one of Yukino's friends in His and Her Circumstances just after like the first episode. They all have a good personality. They all, at least from what I've seen so far, they have good personalities, they have good backstories. And I was already expecting that after like the first 2 episodes that they were all introduced. And in Fruits Basket, it's like these characters just sit around doing their normal things for so long, and then by the like 15 episodes later, they're like, oh yeah, I guess it's time for the backstory of this character. And it's like, by this point, this character is just a background cardboard cutout, right? This is not the time where you should be introducing their motivations and goals. That should be at the start, so that all the things they can do, all the things they have already done in the story would actually like have
for
weight.
example, because like they haven't even explained what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
yet.
he's just doing all these things, and I don't
They
I
gave
guess
the teacher like a whole role this season. Like she was just like a back character.
yeah.
She
What,
literally was just a teacher, and now she's like a.
that's
There's
another thing
like
I
two
have.
whole episodes about her.
I was gonna talk about that later, but
Mhm.
I think I've gotten my rant out
Mhm.
for these few minutes. So keep explaining what happened in
Mm-hmm.
season 2.
There's also something with Kyo and Toru. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of repeat what my mom literally said about this because I
Hold
agree
on, I'm
with
gonna
her.
kill a wasp. You,
Ah.
you can keep talking if you
No,
want.
I can't focus when there's a freaking wasp. Okay, so I'm kind of repeating what my mom said, but basically she said like this is kind of just like on like why like she ships Kyo and Toru kind of. It's not really like oh my god they develop so much because they're fine, but like it's like she said something like she likes how he's like angry and stuff, but then like Toro makes like her like him like soft.
So, so
No,
she
listen.
just discovered
And
what a
listen,
tsundere
listen,
is.
Listen, she said she likes how it turns into innocence. So
Yeah,
it's like that.
that's just like what every tsundere
yeah, but like
is.
she's like new to that, I guess. So it's like, but yeah.
What else actually important happened?
Okay, let me start.
Like there was a bunch of stuff with Akito.
Yeah.
A bunch.
I was gonna say something like, so like, you know how like there's like all like these like, in season 2 like there's like multiple backstory episodes that made you really bored and stuff
You
like
mean
that?
the ones for Toru's friends?
No,
Oh,
I mean
season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumb.
You see, like, honestly, I was still fine with season 2 because I still feel like they did the finger tour like fine, like the episode like the black hair. Maybe it's just because she's like Ren, she's a black haired edgy girl. Maybe that's why I was like. But like, I don't know. I still feel like it was fine.
But like, okay, so you haven't explained like all the plot points. But my point with this question was, not that much happens in season 2.
No,
So,
you're making me think more. So like, I was like, wait.
not much like actually important stuff happens.
Yeah.
Like you explained the Yuki stuff.
Mhm.
There was development. Like obviously there was development, but how much like actually stuff with Yuki happened other than him just sitting in the student council room? And then like with Akito, stuff happened with Akito like I'm God. Akito is God? Whoa. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna sit in this room waiting for Toru to talk to
It wasn't
Akito
just Yuki sitting
for
in a
like
student
3
council.
episodes.
It wasn't just Yuki sitting in
What
a
do you mean?
student
What else did he
council. Stop talking! I'm obviously about to explain. You're doing da. Well, I already explained
You're covering your
everything.
mouth from the microphone. You're saying you already explained everything?
No.
So that's everything that happened in season 2.
But like
we
you
needed
said,
25 episodes.
You said no. You said that it was just him sitting in a student council room, but I already explained like there was like all this stuff where like him trying to connect with people, and then by
But
the
like,
end
what
he
did
was
he
happy.
actually do?
He like connected with people.
But what does that mean? What did he do to do that?
He made friends and
How?
he put
What did he do?
himself past his comfort
But,
like zone.
but what
and,
did
like,
he do? What are the things he did?
What do
Like-
you mean?
Like, okay, so if I'm if I'm explaining like, let's say how Shinji tried to get more connections.
Mhm.
He wandered around outside for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then he found Kensuke playing military in the whatever.
Oh,
the
so you're just
field.
asking like where he was?
No, I'm saying what did he do? Shinji didn't. I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, Shinji just like made friends. I'm saying Shinji put himself, or he wandered around a while, but then he found Kensuke, and he was like, this isn't what
Wasn't
happened.
that
But like Kensuke,
Wasn't that because like he ran away again?
yeah, he made friends with Toji and Kensuke. He got punched, but he proved himself to be like a good guy, kind of, when he said that he was the one who deserved to be punched because he like his like inexperience and stuff caused Toji's sister to get injured, and yeah, that's what happened. So what did Yuki do? What were the
I
things
already,
that he
like,
did?
What do you mean? I'm so confused.
How
I already,
did
like,
he
said-
tried to get connections. What was he doing?
He joined
other
the
than
student council.
exactly, that's
yeah.
one thing. And then he just sat in the student council room talking to people occasionally, and like that's just nothing. There's nothing there. That's
Okay.
no plot. This is my problem with season 2 of Fruits Basket. They have important events, but in between those important events, there's just like barely anything happening. Do you want to say
No, I
any of
don't
the
want
other
to say
things?
anything now.
You don't want to say any of the other things that happened?
You
in-
can go.
Well, I don't really remember. I'm going from the mindset that maybe I just like didn't really understand what happened in season 2, you know? Maybe I just like didn't get it. I need someone to explain it to me.
You can just rewatch it.
Well, I don't want to do that because it's gonna be it's gonna be insanely boring. So I'm just gonna say this other thing, the next note that I have. Almost every plot development that happens in season 2, like from what I remember, is just like not that interesting. Like, sure, Yuki's development was cool. I won't say that's boring, even though the way
Really? You just were screaming about how we didn't
I'm
do
saying
anything.
the actual development is not boring, but the way it happened was boring because it was basically nothing. But then you have stuff like, oh, Akito is a woman. Isn't that crazy? Like, why does that matter?
Okay, that makes sense to me. I agree with you.
And there,
And they showed like her boobies at the
yeah,
end.
Akito boob. But there's nothing like as these other things that I'm gonna say aren't as like weird as like the plot twist. Akito's a woman.
Oh my god, she has boobs!
But then there's stuff like, whoa, Akito said exactly what you thought she said to Yuki when they were children. Isn't that crazy? I don't remember what else happened.
You can talk about a horse girl, I guess.
I will talk about
Okay.
that. So, I think this is my last point. This is like the big main reason I didn't really like Fruits Basket Season 2. The most interesting thing in Fruits Basket is everyone's relationship specifically with Toru. Because Toru is God, and she will enlighten everyone on the ways of how to be a good person. That is the most interesting thing for me about Fruits Basket. But the other relationships in the show are really not interesting.
Haru and horse girl had sex.
Yeah, it's like Haru was like a meme character. He was just a joke character in season 1. I don't really care about his relationship with this black-haired edgy girl. Yeah.
I don't really care either, to be honest.
And so when I see all those scenes with her, I'm just like, why should I care? Why should I care about these people?
Like, it's sad, but like, I don't know.
It's just like it's only sad because like obviously if any humans are in that situation, it's like
Yeah.
of course I would be sad, but it's not like you're actually really attached to Horse Girl or Cow Man, like and then I already kind of said this, but why should I care about Yuki's student council group? I don't care about any of them.
You
There's that one guy
You know,
who's
like,
kind of fun.
You see, like, I don't really, like, care about, like, them, like, in general. I just care about them since they helped, like, Yuki.
Okay.
But, like, I don't really,
But
like...
the show is trying to make you care about them.
Yeah.
It has, like, kind of backstory for a few of them. Or, like, hints at stuff. Like, there's that one, like, kind of edgy girl, right?
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
why is she like that? I don't care. I don't care about her. There are too many there are too many characters in this show already. Stop. And, like, none of the characters in the student council have, like, any relation to, like,
Also,
the main plot of
there's
the
one more
show
thing
other
with
than
Yuki
their
that I just
relationship with
remembered.
Yuki.
You can...
I'm gonna finish my point, McKenna. I'm gonna... What were you saying?
You were asking what he did, and I guess, like, another thing is, like, even though, like, he absolutely, like, despises his brother and thinks he's annoying, regardless of that, he still was trying to, like, understand him and, like, why he's like this.
And we needed
Yeah.
25 episodes to fit that into the plot.
It actually only lasted for like one episode this season.
Okay, but like there are 25 episodes in one episode to get that one thought out.
Mm-hmm.
In his and her circumstances, that could be like a scene.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a scene, or like at most half an episode of like Yuki just like thinking about his relationship with Kyo and seeing some
I
things
said
happen.
his brother.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't remember Snake Guy's name.
It's like
I don't know.
Aya
I don't care
something.
about him.
Okay.
He's a meme, and I hate his personality. I don't care about Yuki's brother at all. Even though he did do some kind of based things this
like
season.
what?
I don't remember. I just remember thinking he was based a few times.
I guess there was like that scene where like Yuki's like mom came in and she was like, "No, I'm controlling
yeah,
it."
that's what
and
it
then
was.
like he just walked and was like, "Hello guys, I'm here," and then like he was just like,
Yeah,
that was cool.
that's a thing that happened in season 2. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So you liked that scene?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
just like it's still like it's divided up. The good events in season 2 are divided up by just minutes of nothing happening. The last thing, the crowning example of relationships that I do not care at all about, is the whole episode that was about the teacher and her relationship with Shigure and Hatori. Why did that happen? Why was that necessary? Who thought this was a thing that needed to happen in the show? I guess, like, okay, so this is kind of a problem I feel. A few shows kind of have this. I'd say ReZero and Attack on Titan definitely have this less, but there's a lot of things where it's just like, okay, this thing is happening in the plot, but I'm not sure if it's like actually important. Like, is the teacher gonna be like a really important character in like season 3? Is that why we're spending a whole episode about her relationship with Shigure and Hatori? And so just because like I don't know where it's really going with this plot line with the teacher, I'm not sure if I should really care right now, because I'm not sure if it's actually going to become important. And that's kind of a problem that like Attack on Titan, some people have with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, where is it going? Is it really gonna be important that like Eren just like randomly has the key? Like there was a flashback and then he just appeared with the key.
Yeah.
Was that like a mistake, or is that actually a thing that the author set up? And it turns out it was a thing that the author set up. But like when you're just watching it for the first time, it's like, is this a mistake? Is it a thing that is just filler? Or is it actually going to be a thing that sets up stuff in the future? And this teacher episode, it's like, maybe the teacher does become a really important character, but I really don't believe that that's going to happen, and so I'm just not going to care, because the show hasn't made me care about the teacher before this. And so the episode is just horrendously boring. And yeah. That's what I felt. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, like I mean, like I was able to pay attention to it and watch it, but like I can see why people say it's boring, cause like.
Well, like you didn't like the teacher episode.
No, but like I still wasn't like ascending
Look
during it.
at the water, how it shines.
Dub is so funny in that scene.
I'm
Can
glad-
you see the water shining? Can you see? Okay, but
I'm glad we started watching the sub, even though I had to read while being bored. But just because some of the characters' voices in the dub are like not good. Specifically Momiji and
Snake Guy.
yeah.
And the teacher kind of. She sounded good at first, but then in emotional scenes it just didn't work. But like other than that, when her voice is fine, because like I'm pretty sure the voice actor might have just thought she was gonna be like a side character, like unless she read the manga.
But I think that's all I wanted to say. Do you have anything?
I don't know what's gonna happen in the last season, but like I'm gonna watch it.
Maybe stuff
Yeah.
will actually happen.
I saw someone like say that they were excited for season 3 because like it's like some of like the best scenes are gonna happen,
Okay.
and they're excited to see it animated like a manga. Reader
Wow,
said that.
because the animation is really going to add a lot to it. The work of whatever studio does Fruits Basket they're gonna really pull out their animating chops and really add on to the manga by animating it. Yeah, I really like how they added color to this panel from the manga and had the characters just like pan across the screen. The animators popped off.
There's one more thing I have to say. So on TikTok, there was this girl who she was reviewing random romance animes, and for Fruits Basket, she said she just didn't like season 1 at all, but she said season 2 was amazing.
She must really like Horse Girl.
And one of the comments were don't do Fruits Basket like that or something. But that surprised me, because she was just I didn't like season 1, and I'm just how can you like season 2? But that's a lot of the stuff in season 2 were just moments that were after stuff of season, less better stuff of season 1. So I'm just what do you mean? If you don't like season 1, how are you even gonna like season 2? Because season 2 wasn't better than season 1. I don't get it.
I think it's pretty crazy how season 2 just doesn't have a climax.
Mm-hmm. It also has a way higher rating than season 1 did.
So season 1, this wasn't the last episode, it was the second to last episode. But the episode with Kyo turning into a Pokemon, that's that is a high emotion thing to kind of end it off, right? Mm-hmm. You know what happens at the end of season 2? Akito is a woman. Whoa! I got my emotion out of that. Yeah, that scene made me cry. When her boobs showed up, I was like, dang. I am tearing up right now. What a great climax to the season. Yeah, that's gonna be my final thoughts for season 2 of Fruits Basket.
Yeah, I feel I already got everything out.
We're not gonna say favorite characters and episodes or whatever.
Just watch the tier list video.
I will say, really, really great season.
I feel you could already kind of tell this from season 1, but I guess it's revealed so the reason Kyo and Yuki hate each other so much is just because one of them's everyone's so attracted to him, he makes friends so easily, and the other one's just that, and then Kyo doesn't like him because of his childhood trauma, kind of the reason no one likes the cat is because of the rat. Mm-hmm. And then Yuki's just I guess you can kind of just went along with it, because it doesn't really seem he actually hates him, because they revealed how he wants to be his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Do you want to talk about how wait, no, actually I'll say that later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give our overall score first. What would you score?
I gave it an 8.
Is that lower than season 1?
Yes.
Okay, at least you got that right.
Mm-hmm.
I would give this show season 2 a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's the fact that it's so much lower than your season 1 score.
Yeah, I gave season 1 a 7. Honestly, season 1 is kind of bordering on a 6 or a 7,
mm-hmm.
but Toru just brings it up so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel season 2 would be a 2 or a 3.
Mm-hmm.
But then it still has moments where I'm yeah, Toru is such a great person.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings it up to a 4 for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it still has some value even though overall it's boring.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I thought about it.
Okay. Shows we are
No, we're not gonna say that stuff.
Okay.
Instead, we're gonna talk about how attractive Yuki is. You wanna... So McKenna thinks Yuki is a very attractive man. Do you wanna explain why?
He's pretty! I don't know what else to say.
Okay, so I think Yuki is sometimes there are good frames with Yuki,
mm-hmm.
That one. I like the one with him blushing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit cute,
I have that
guess.
photo saved to my camera roll.
But most of the time, Yuki looks like this, right?
Shut up. Oh my god.
His haircut, dumb. He needs a haircut. His eyes...
You're gonna roast Kurapika when you watch Hunter x Hunter because he has
Kurapika looks a bit different though.
Doesn't he have the same haircut though?
I think it's mostly because of the eyes.
Mm.
Kurapika has round eyes, right? Most of the time Yuki has these I guess they're not circles, right? They're they're like rounded rectangles. I guess that's the closest kind of thing. That's just not good. Like this picture that I actually like of him, his eyes are more like circles, right? They're more round, they're more open. And most of the time, he just looks like that. He looks like a smug person. I would
also,
not.
the picture of right there, like in the beach episode, his eyes were more round there.
Which one?
The third one after the blushing one. Click on it.
One,
Yes,
two.
yes. No!
What do you mean the third one?
It's
after the
right
blushing?
there!
What do you mean
1,
the
2,
third
3,
one?
4. The
Four.
fourth one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, Chris!
What do you mean?
It's
What
the
are you
one
talking
with
about?
the blue in the background.
So one picture. His eyes aren't really round. They're still like obviously the part inside the eye, the circle part is a circle because it has to be. But his eyes are still like kind of closed, right? I don't like that. He looks dumb in that picture. Also, all the characters in Fruits Basket are kind of like weird and skinny. He suffers from that. The only character that really doesn't suffer from that, I guess, is like Momiji and the other children, right? But I'm not gonna talk about why children are attractive. That's kind of a strange thing to say. But anyways, yeah, Yuki is like tall and skinny. He looks kind of weird, and his hair really does not help him. His haircut, it's like he needs to cut these side things off. You know, his hair like goes down too much, right? And then
Yeah,
it's
but
also
go back to the Kurapika thing. Like, cause like in the later seasons, his hair gets like that.
yeah, but like
And he has like the
his
side
hair,
things too.
it's like it goes down like,
Are you
but
putting
it's
this up?
Kurapika's hair is like down, but it's on the entire side, and
Yeah.
Yuki's like doesn't go over his ear, right? And that looks dumb. I used to have hair that looked like that, and it was not good. And also gray hair. What's up with that?
Shut up.
Gray is not. That's like the least attractive hair color. Like, like
It's like silver.
same thing. Silver and gray, not attractive colors. This is not an attractive hair color. Like that just makes you look like an old person, right? It's like, oh, what an elder. He's a frail, skinny, elderly man. That's what Yuki looks like. Like white hair. That's also like a thing old people have, right? White hair. But like white can look. White is like shiny, right? It's like it's bright. It stands out. Like Griffith from Berserk, he's hot. Appa is hot. But if Appa had gray hair, if Griffith had gray hair, he would not be hot.
Izanami is hot.
Yeah, Izanami has white hair.
Yeah.
The exact same character, but in Zankyo no Terror, also has white hair.
The exact same character.
They are the exact same character. I hope you enjoyed our rant about why Yuki is not attractive.
He's so attractive. I don't even think he's attractive as he's just really pretty. Like the same thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. He's just like cute. I don't
know. I think his
I'm not-
eyes
I'm
kind of
not,
make
like-
him not cute.
I'm not like, oh my god, Yuki is so hot. Oh my, I'm more like,
Like-
it's cute.
Like, for someone to
Like
be
the photo
cute,
of him blushing. You
Yeah,
agree that's
but
cute,
like,
right?
but like most of the time he isn't cute. He looks.
And there's also a photo
dumb.
of him like he's like tucking his hair behind like his ear, and it looks really adorable.
Okay. Well, like, I'm going to worship the anime characters who are actually cute, and you are going to worship the frail elderly man. So yeah, Fruits Basket Season 2 kinda sucks. Next video is like Noragami, I think.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. I'm going to talk bad about that show too. So
I don't
yeah.
remember what I did in that video.
I don't either.
We filmed it like months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye. 1